Well, hundreds of bills are awaiting Governor Pritzker's signature over the next few months, and among them is House Bill 3751. That would allow non-citizens to become police officers here in Illinois. Representative Barbara Hernandez from Aurora is the sponsor of the bill, and she joins us now live. Representative, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So this is something that you've been working on for a while here, and as I read it, it involves any immigrant who is here legally, maybe people who are DACA recipients. Tell us how this essentially works.
Yeah, so California has a similar bill for DACA recipients. They're a different level of undocumented individuals. DACA recipients are approved federally to work in the United States, in this country. Therefore, they're able to have different types of jobs that maybe in the past they couldn't because of their legal status. But there's some jobs that actually need our work for legislation. And therefore, one of them being of the police officers.
Yeah, we know that there is a severe shortage here in Chicago and really throughout Illinois here. How far does this go to address that shortage?
I think it's a good path towards filling the gap of shortage in police officers. It's something that we currently are working on. I know there's a lot of things going on, but this is going to be a path towards the right direction.
Is it getting a lot of attention here? I know there was one opponent in the Senate who said that to give the power to arrest and detain citizens, as she put it, is a breach of democracy. How did you answer that particular criticism?
Well, I think it's something that a lot of people need to educate themselves on. Not only, it's like I said, it's not undocumented individuals. Undocumented individuals are not DACA recipients. DACA recipients go through different background checks and different procedures to allow them to work here in this country, and they have to renew their status every 2 years. And this is from the federal government. This is not from Illinois. But what I'm trying to do is open that opportunity for them to have an ability to become police officers in the state of Illinois and hopefully help with those shortages as we talked about.
I mentioned that, Senator. The Illinois Association of Chiefs of Police was against it at first, but I understand some tweaks were made and they sort of came back aboard along with other groups. What were the tweaks that satisfied them?
Well, one of them is actually adding the term DACA. And making sure that we're specifying who is actually going to be able to apply. Like I said, it's not non-citizens, but it's DACA recipients and permanent residents. Currently in the state, only citizens can be police officers. So not even permanent residents in the country can be. In Chicago, I believe they opened that up on their own. But there's a lot of different towns and cities that have not been able to do, and that is why we did this bill. This is why I championed this bill, to allow DACA recipients and permanent residents to become police officers.
So this law would not take effect until January of next year. Given the critical need, is there any way that this could be sped up?
That is a great question. I think overall we need to allow police departments to give them some time to implement this as well. So that's why we kind of did it till January of next year. However, some the police departments on their own have adjusted to this. Blue Island was one of them that on their own were able to allow DACA recipients to apply.
So if it does get signed by Governor Pritzker, which I know you hope and expect he will, essentially, though, this does go around federal law. Does that make it problematic in any way or more likely to a challenge in your estimation?
Well, that is why we were able to do a few protections. It does, for permanent residents, they'll be able to apply automatically as soon as they can if they want to seek a job in the police department. For DACA recipients, because there is some gun concern issue, it would have to be coming from the federal government to apply that. And I know we're not the only state doing this. There's going to be other states as well that have already adopted this, and they're having some issues, and they're going to investigate in a few. And I think there's a few bills coming our way. And I've been in constant conversations with a few congressional individuals that can help us get this accomplished.
All right, we'll see how all this plays out. Meantime, I want to thank you for joining us, Representative Barbara Hernandez.
Thank you.